The Israeli airstrikes targeted Hamas forces in the Gaza Strip following an earlier rocket attack. Israeli airstrikes killed 2 Hamas members early Saturday following a rocket attack, in the latest fallout from Donald Trump's decision to recognize Jerusalem as Israel's capital. The Israeli military said it targeted 4 Hamas facilities in response to a missile assault the previous night, including one that landed in the town of Sderot without causing casualties or major damage. AFP or licensors 13 A Palestinian protester throws a tear gas canister back at Israeli forces during clashes east of Gaza City. AFP or licensors 13 A group of women appear terrified as an Israeli mounted policeman disperses Palestinian protesters. Getty Images. Getty 13 A masked Palestinian protester stands at a burning barricade during clashes with Israeli border guards. Getty Images. Getty 13 Another masked man hurls stones at Israeli authorities amid violent scenes. Getty contributor 13 Fires burned during a demonstration in Bethlehem against Trump's recognition of Jerusalem as Israel's capital. The military said it struck warehouses and weapons manufacturing sites, after which Hamas said it had recovered the bodies of 2 of its men. Israel considers Hamas responsible for all rocket fire emanating from Gaza, which is home to other armed groups. Some residents of Sderot and other border towns spent the night in shelters, fearful of a resumption of attacks from Gaza that have led to 3 Israel-Hamas wars over the past decade. Protests and demonstrations continued across the West Bank and Gaza on Saturday on the third and final, so-called Palestinian Day of Rage following Trump's announcement. AFP or licensors 13 Israeli police disperse Palestinian protesters in East Jerusalem. Getty Images. Getty 13 A protester uses a slingshot to throw rocks at Israeli soldiers in Ramallah, in the West Bank. Getty Images. Getty 13 An injured Palestinian protester is carried to a nearby ambulance during the clashes in Ramallah. AFP or licensors 13 A protester throws back a tear gas canister at Israeli forces near a checkpoint in the West Bank town of Bethlehem. AFP or licensors 13 Palestinians pictured throwing stones at Israeli forces in the West Bank. Getty contributor 13 Israeli security forces used tear gas to disperse Palestinian protesters in the West Bank. AFP or licensors 13 A masked demonstrator in Ramallah carries a burning tire. AFP or licensors 13 protesters clash with Israeli forces at a checkpoint in the West Bank city of Ramallah. The military said there were clashes in some 20 locations. In Bethlehem, Palestinians hurled stones at Israeli troops, who responded with tear gas, rubber bullets and stun grenades. The Israeli military said some 600 Palestinians were throwing firebombs and rolling burning tires toward Israeli forces.